In this video, I will show you step by step how to extract Google reviews on Google Maps from any of the local small businesses, franchise, retailers, you name it. With this method, it doesn't require any coding skills or technical skills. Everything is drag and drop. We're heavily relying on a software called Outscraper to help us achieve the results. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Right before we get started, I'd like to mention an important note and disclaimer that number one, you don't want to spam people and businesses with such a method, and you want to have a legitimate interest, and you don't want to breach GDPR, can spam. These are different countries' protocol in terms of anti-spam regulations. And last but not least, you might want to consult with your local lawyer to make sure whatever you do is not against the law. With that said though, now let's fire up our Outscraper app. The first thing you want to do is come to first menu option, Google Services. The first one is Google Maps. For demonstration purpose under category, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type McDonald's for this example. And for location, I'm going to go with the United States, and the city is going to be Miami. For the next section, total results, if you put 0 here, it means it's unlimited. However, for the time matter here, I'm going to put in 10 just to save us some time. And from there, you can drop any duplicates, ignore without emails, or drop email duplicates. You can also validate their contact info, email, and so forth. We'll have a separated tutorial on that. Make sure you check out the link below. And from there, I want to choose other parameters. I want to switch from Excel sheet to CSV because I'm uploading to Google Sheets. Everything is all good to go. Let's click on Get Data. It will populate an estimate for us. You can see 10 location costs 0.02 cents. Super cheap. Once everything's all done, let's click on Confirm. And now we're sending this query into the task list. Because we're only pulling 10 locations, it took less than a few seconds to finish this entire query. Once you're done with it, you want to click on Google Map Data 10. It will automatically download this CSV for us to upload to Google Sheets. And here's blank Google Sheets I want to use as a demonstration. Click on File, click on Import, and you want to choose Upload, and you want to drag and drop this CSV into this box. You can see it's loading the CSV. You want to choose the option says Replace the current sheet. Once you choose that, click on Import Data. Let's quickly go through this data. We have the query, the name of the query, we have the site that populated. These are McDonald's franchise locations. We have a type, which is fast food restaurant, right? And we have subtype, categories, phone number, address, and so forth. There's a whole bunch of other detailed data points you can pull with the Outscraper. What I'm going to do now is scroll all the way to the end. You're going to find this column called the Google ID column. So what I'm going to do is select the first one and hold on Shift, select the last one. It will basically select all these selected region. I want to do a Command C just to copy this data. Now let's come back to Outscraper. We're going to go with this step number 2. Here is the second option, says Map Reviews. You want to give that a click. You can see here's a query that we need to enter. Remember, we copy pasted the Google ID. What we want to do is paste the Google ID into this box. That's pretty much it. You can also upload a CSV file if you have a large data set. And from there, you can see we can pull the most relevant, the newest, the highest, and the lowest rating. Once you choose the newest, there's a few more options, right? We can choose from specific time range. And let's say we don't want to pull the reviews from 6 months ago. We only want to pull the last 90 days review. And this is how you're able to set the day range of the review you're pulling. And from there, we have review limits per location. If you set it to 0, it will pull every review possible. However, in this case, I just want to pull, let's say 5 reviews for now, right? For advanced parameters, we have a language, country. I normally leave this as default. However, for other parameters, again, I want to switch it to CSV because I'm using Google Sheets. However, if you use Windows or Excel, go with the first option, and you probably want to add a task tags to make sure you know in the future that what this task was all about. We're pretty much all set. I'm going to click on Script Reviews. Again, it's going to give you an estimate. You can see we have a 50 reviews we're going to pull. Remember, we're pulling 5 reviews per location. We have a 10 location. That's why it's showing me 50 in total. Once we're happy with this, click on Confirm. Again, it's sending the task to the query. Once you see this page, click on Task.
A few minutes later,
you can see here it took around 1 minute to finish the entire scripting. Click on that. It will download the CSV just like last time and come back to the Google Sheets. I created a new tab called Reviews, and now click on File again, click on Import. Again, last option, and drag and drop into this box. Click on the drop down down, you want to replace the current sheet. Otherwise, it will force to create a new spreadsheet unless you want it to. So from there, click on import data. We're all set. Let's quickly review this data of what we pulled. And towards the middle of the sheet, you're going to find review ID. We have an author link. This is their Google review profile link. And from there, we have the title of the author or the person who left the review. We have the author ID. We have their profile image. And most importantly, we have a review text. And these empty ones means they only left the review. They didn't leave any detailed description. And then from there, we have a review link. And let's copy this link and come to incognito. You can see here is that specific review link. And then from there, we have a review rating. What is the rating of this review? And we have a timestamp and other details. I want to give you guys another trick here. What you can do is select this entire sheet. And if you want to click on data and click on create a filter. And now, for example, I want to filter these review text. I only want to show the ones that have a value. At the end of this column, you're going to find this small little icon. Give that a click. I want to uncheck blank and leave the remaining ones. Click on OK. And you can see within a few seconds, we filter out the empty ones and only leave the ones that have a value here. And that's a wrap up of this tutorial. So far, you have learned two-step procedure in terms of pulling Google reviews on Google Maps. If you have any questions, comments, or observations, drop them below. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. And also, Outscraper team is actively listening and accepting feedback from us. They're constantly improving the platform, introducing new features. That's why your feedback is really important. Make sure you drop them below. This is Tutorial Sultan signing out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.